I'm Jeff Slakey here. We are taking a look and having a great conversation with the director of the Mason County Economic Development Council, Lynn Longan. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
ChooseMason.com is the website where you can find a lot of great information, and businesses often will head to these EDC websites to kind of get a feel for what the county looks like and then what the different areas in the county are. Additionally, a lot of things that people look at when they want to maybe relocate or move into a new area, you got to check out the schools.
Right.
Got to see what's going on with the school districts.
You do. Yeah. So as we were talking a little bit earlier, schools are so important to business recruitment. Businesses and site selectors, they look at your schools. They look at so many things in your community, but your schools are one of them. They want to know, are you training the workforce? Are they going to have, trained, quality people coming to work for them out of the schools? What's your local colleges? Mm-hmm. What colleges do you have? What types of programs do they have? So overall, education's a big component of business recruitment.
I never even really thought about it in the sense of understanding and being able to find a local base. I was thinking about it as when people kind of come in or start to recruit employees, say, hey, come here.
Right.
Your kids are going to be able to go to great schools. Right. Similar, but both different as well.
Yes. And both are very important, too. Yeah. I worked on a business recruitment case when I was still working at the Department of Commerce, a statewide one, and they were looking at a very rural community, and they didn't go with that rural community, even though that rural community gave them much better savings, off their bottom line. And their reasoning was the schools. They checked into the schools and their management that they were going to have to move into the area to run and operate their business. They wouldn't.
Wow.
They wouldn't move there because of their children and the schools.
Wow.
So that was one reason. And then, also, like I said, you're not coming up with necessarily the trained workforce
Sure.
that they need.
Partnerships with the tech schools and the colleges
Right.
also very important.
Right. And they were a high-tech company, by the way, and so that's what they were looking for. And so they ended up going to Pierce County, closer to the tech schools up there.
Wow. Folks will have an opportunity this Wednesday to hear a little bit more about the schools, the school district with Dr. Apostle.
Yes, Dr. Apostle's going to come, and he's going to talk to us about, what they're doing and in the schools and the different things that they're doing, and probably a little bit about their bond measure that's out there.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. The EDC, the Economic Development Council, our board, for the first time ever, voted to support that bond measure.
Wow, okay.
Usually, in the past, the EDC has not made political stands such as this. This one we feel is so important to economic development, the education in the schools, and we have to invest in it, and we know that, so we are publicly supporting the bond measure.
What are some of the things, other than letting people know that you at the EDC thinks this is a good thing? Anything else that you guys are up to do to help promote this?
I think that's about it. We're just really trying to push it out and let people know how important it is. Wow. So I thought, we'll talk about it this morning. This is how it relates to business recruitment, putting just a little bit of a different spin on it for the economics of it. We're getting ready to do a big push for business recruitment. And one of the things that in the past, a site selector or a business might look at in our areas of the graduation rates.
Right.
And they've been pretty low.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And that's something, it'll take us a while to change the actual numbers. But rather than focusing on those numbers, what we're going to do is we're going to get in front of it. We're not going to try to hide the fact that those are the numbers. We're going to get in front of that. And we're going to start showing businesses and site selectors that we are proactively, as a community, trying to change that, and here's how. And then talking about some of the things that the school district and Dr. Apostle are leading, like the graduation matters, for example. So we'll acknowledge, yes, it's been a problem, but here you have a community that's really working hard to change that.
Wednesday, how can people hear Dr. Apostle and be part of this luncheon?
Sure. Our lunch is always open to the public. It's $20, I believe, is the fee. You just RSVP to Karin, at the EDC. We are in the office today, 426-2276.
Do you have to pay for the food? I mean, can you just come and be a wallflower, or is it important to be there? And
We've
I don't want to have it now open.
Right.
Sorry about that, but
we've usually it's you RSVP and you, and it's the $20 attendance fee.
You can also find more online at choosemason.com. That's the website for the Mason County Economic Development Council with Director Lynn Longan. And coming up here about 2 weeks, so you get your new offices in downtown
That's right.
Shelton?
We're going to be moving the weekend of the 11th, I believe is what it is now. So, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
We're excited.
Very exciting. All right, Lynn Longan, thanks for coming in. Do you know you have access to the fastest internet in Washington State? Switch to iFiber Communications right now and take advantage of our special offers. Pay only $29.95 for 100 megabit high-speed internet, or get 3 months of internet absolutely free. That's right, $29.95 for 100 megabit speeds or 3 months of internet free. Shop, stream, and game like never before with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Call 360-427-4000 or check us online at ifiber.tv. Subject to credit approval, valid on a 24-month contract.